Yo, what it do, people of the interweb? It's your boy Tay back with another episode of the Memory Lane podcast. I got, I guess, with me today. I'll allow him to introduce himself. So yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself. But first, I wanna tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about fucking video games and movies and all that shit. Videos from our childhood, games from our childhood, music from our childhood. All that good stuff. So yeah, so tell the people who you are, where they can find
Yeah, what's good, y'all? You already know who it is. Your boy Saul, man. I'm glad to be here again. I'm here to talk about some games and some movies. I'm really a fan of movies. And let's get into it, man. If you also want to find me, go find me on TikTok, and then and you'll find me there. I mostly post wrestling content, but also I post workout videos. Apparently, Tate thinks I'm lifting buildings, but it's far from the truth. But I, I
We don't
but
have
it's
we
just
don't know that though. He hasn't proven it or disproven it.
yeah. Allegedly he thinks I lift buildings. But let's get into it. Let's do this. Dave, back to you, sir.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna talk about some movies. We're gonna talk about some games. We might talk about some other shit. Who knows? We might have some other people joining in later on. We know you never know. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the show. What is your favorite video game that you've ever played?
Favorite video game I've ever played. I would say I was not allowed to play it, but I still played it. It was GTA, man. I thought that was a I it was either that or Def Jam. Def Jam Fight for New York. That was like one of my first games ever. And Mortal Kombat was also good. But yeah, Def Jam Fight for New York was my shit.
If there's a game that needs a remaster, it's Def Jam.
For real, bro. Snoop Dogg in there was going crazy, but and then one that was OP though, Fat Joe was OP in that game. I don't know, I don't understand it. And this man
He
had
that man was hell. I don't know why, but he was.
and also Crazy Legs too was the other one that was the one that was OP, bro. Crazy Legs pissed me off, Doug.
Yeah. But now my favorite video game that I've ever played, I would probably say The Last of Us. I love the story.
Nice,
I love the
nice.
story. Everything. The fucking the fucking infected creeped me out. But other than that, I love the story. Joel and Ellie. I like the little father daughter type dynamics they got going there. You can meet a lot of cool people. Um, the show, also the TV show, the Last of Us TV show, was excellent. Uh, uh, Pedro Pascal is fucking awesome. And so is Bella Ramsey. I cannot wait for season 2 to come out because that's gonna be a deuce, and I can't wait to see how they gonna do the second game on
Mm.
screen. And if you play the second game, you know what happened. Like halfway into the game,
Did it make
you
you
know what
tear up
happened.
though? Did it make you tear up?
Yes, but also I wanna while we're on that game, while we're on that, this kind of goes into the next question I'm about to ask. What is a movie or game where the villain is justified? And I want to, and that's why I'm bringing this up now. In The Last of Us Part Two, we all know that Abby, right? Abby,
Mm-hmm.
the other girl, she killed Joel in the house where they was
Mm-hmm.
in, and beat him to death with a golf club. It was an insane sight to see. Now, at first, when you first play in the game, you're like, man, fuck this bitch. Why are they making us play as her? Wait a minute, were you making us play as the person who killed our the main character of the franchise?
Mm-hmm.
But as the story progresses, you kind of get why Abby did what she did. Like, put yourself in Abby's shoes for a minute, you would do the same thing. This man killed her father. He killed her father.
That's tough. That's tough.
Like, you would do the same thing. You would do this. I would do the same thing. Like, I feel like what Abby did was justified. Did I want it to happen? No. But I feel like it was justified.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes for Ellie. Like, Ellie killed all of her friends. She wasn't even going after Ellie until Ellie started often her friends one by one. Like that's just how I feel. It's just like I believe Abby was justified in what she did. Yes, it
Mm,
sucks that Joel died, but he was gonna die regardless because they had to make Ellie the main star of the game. But yeah, I
what
I
is it?
I side with Abby. Shit, both Ellie and Abby they have justifiable reasons for going after one another, but I believe Abby shouldn't have been the villain in The Last of Us Part Two. She shouldn't have been the
Mm,
bad guy,
movie
because
slash.
anybody else would do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what is your answer, Saul?
Movie slash game where the villain is justified. Uh, it's a movie. It's a villain. I would say Thanos from Avengers. Infinity War. He was justified. He said, with all 6 stones, I can just snap my fingers and half of the world would disappear. And he was justified on that. Honestly, let's be clear
But
about that.
how though? Like what made you think? Okay, maybe that was the right thing for him to do.
It maybe not be the right thing to do, but at the same time, maybe it should have been like a wake-up call for Tony, like saying like I will and and saying like I will hurt people you love type of way. And it was justified. And luckily, Tony got his revenge in Endgame, so practically it all made sense.
Okay, yeah, I can see that one. I can see that one. I
Yeah.
can see that.
He may have won a war, but at the same time he did get his revenge.
Hmm.
Thanos may have won a
Yeah.
war, but Tony got his revenge and did exactly what he did to him. So it's a little bit of like the hero was justified, but the villain was also justified.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. That's an interesting one. Let's see. Let's see. What else I got here? What is a game or movie that doesn't get talked about enough?
That doesn't get a game. Crash Bandicoot. It don't. It don't. It's a legendary PlayStation game, and it don't get talked about as much, and I just don't
It really
understand.
doesn't.
And it's also one of those kid games I also enjoyed. Like if I wasn't allowed to play GTA, Mortal Kombat, if I wasn't allowed to play all that, they said, oh, you can only play Crash Bandicoot because it had no death in it, had no blood in it, had no gore in it, but did have explosion, but it was like animation explosions. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot was not really talked about. It's not really talked about as much. R.I.P. to the creator, by the way.
Yeah, Peter Hill. So what about a movie?
A movie. Ooh, a movie that don't get talked about. I say movie don't get talked about. I'm not too sure what's coming up in my mind right now with this one because there's a lot of them that don't get talked about as much. I would say it's a bio movie. It's the Biggie one. It's the Biggie Notorious. That don't really get talked about as much as biography. You get Selena, you get Ray Charles, you get Pac, but Biggie don't get talked about as much though when it comes to the bio.
I think that's for good reason though. 'Cause that movie was not really all that great. So,
Mm-hmm. It was not bad.
but then
I
again,
understand
no,
they did
no, I
Pac.
don't think there
I
are any
understand they
good.
did Pac dirty. I understand they did Pac dirty for the actor that played Pac. I was like, why you gotta do my man Pac like that? What you had to pick the dude that looked nothing like him. I understand that part, but it was a good movie in a whole
Yeah,
for me.
most biopics are hit or miss. Because they're never historically accurate most of the time.
I
There's a
mean,
lot of
they get half of the story right, and the man himself would tell you like he said, yeah, I was on the streets doing if you know, uh, dealing with you know. Um, And he told that story, and the story was accurate. He did it at a young age, and that's it. Like I said, half of the story in that bio movie was, I would say, maybe 55% correct. I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, a game first that don't get talked about enough. Let's see what I can say. Douche. Yo, there's a game called A Plague Tale. It's a very good game. It's set in like I think the 1300s or something like that. It's set like in like the early 20th century. Um, yeah. Oh shit, they got 200 points. That is insane.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
the All Star game's on tonight. I forgot about that.
yeah, I'm watching the All-Star game. They get the East is winning. That's insane. But anyway, yeah,
Ain't LeBron on the West? Ain't LeBron on the West?
they are beating the hell out of the West. They're blowing them out.
Ain't Steph Curry on the squad?
The West is so stacked. They have fucking Steph, LeBron, AD, KD, Shea.
You know how OP that side is though? Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that side is very OP. That's insane. That's actually insane.
That's like Kobe. That's like Kobe, LeBron, Dwayne Wade. All of them are on the same team.
Yeah.
But what's a game that you said that don't get talked about as much?
Oh, yeah, it's a game called A Plague Tale. Like, it's a game called A Plague Tale. They have two games. A Plague
Is it like
Tale
one of those
Innocence.
kid games? Is it like one of those kid games where like you?
No, actually, no. A kid would actually be terrified of this game. Actually,
Really?
yeah, because so it is. It's like it's set in like I want to say like the 1200s, like like during the medieval times and shit. It's set during that time. It's a story based game, kind of like The Last of Us or Uncharted. Um, yeah, it's kind of like that. And then the story revolves around this little boy named Hugo who has the power to talk to rats, and
Mm-hmm.
basically, yeah, there's a lot of rats in the game, and they are not they you get rid of them by using fire to because they're afraid of fire and whatnot. And if the
Right.
fire goes out, they will literally eat your ass alive. It's a crazy game, but it's a very good game. It's very well animated. I like the game. So yeah. As far as the movie goes, shit. Uh, there's a lot. There's
That's
a
a tough.
lot of movies.
Like you
As
said,
far
that's a tough question with the movies.
it's a lot of movies, man. It's a lot of fucking movies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
211 points is insane. But yeah,
That's not hitting the 3-pointers at all.
I think David Lillard had like 10 3-pointers, I think. He had like 40 points or something like that.
Did they tell LeBron to chill out on the dunks in this
No,
All
it's
Star
the
game?
All-Star game. That man was dunking his ass off. Actually, no, he wasn't dunking that much, actually.
Mm.
But as far as the movie goes, there's a lot of movies that I can't think of. No one Carl Anthony Towns had 50 points. That's insane.
So
A
movie
movie, yeah, I'd say Flushed Away. I'd say Flushed Away. It's a really good movie. That no
Flush
one,
Away. Is it one of those forgettable movies?
it shouldn't be forgettable.
But it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be. It's a really good movie.
Mm.
I need to look at this box score. This is insane. It was Shea had 31.
Mm.
Carl Anthony Towns had 50 points. That is insane.
And the West is losing. This is
They
wild to me.
lost. Yes, they lost.
This is crazy to me.
Damian
You
Lillard
had an
had
OP,
39.
you had an OP team on the West that you lost to the East to the Greek Freak. Is
Oh,
Kyrie on
Giannis
that
is
team?
him. Giannis is him.
Giannis is him. I'll give him his flowers. But it was Kyrie on the squad.
That is crazy how they lost. Like, bro, Dame Lillard had 39 points. Jalen Brown had 36, and Tyrese Halliburton had 32.
The
This is
fact that
crazy.
Steph didn't win the fact that Steph didn't score three more points to win is kind of crazy.
It's like the Carlton Anthony Towns had 50. Like he had 50 points.
Were
And he
there bad
wasn't even
calls
a
in the game?
starter. He was on the bench.
Was there bad calls in the game?
Wait, who?
Was there bad calls in the game or what?
It's the All-Star game. They don't really call much.
But you said the movie was flushed
Flushed away.
away.
LeBron only played 13 minutes in the All-Star game. That's insane.
Because they told him to chill out. They don't want him to get gassed super quickly or flop.
Well, LeBron is like 40 years old, so.
Is he out of? Is it that time where the GOAT is out of his prime? Because let's be clear, LeBron is him. LeBron is him. Let's be clear.
He is. He is.
Yeah, but he wants to play when his son arrives. I don't think he's going to be around by the time his son is in the NBA. Is he? But next, what's the next?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Enough basketball talk. What is your favorite console of all time?
I said PlayStation 2. That shit was valid. The intro itself, Chef's Kiss. It's good. Love it. And the OG Xbox, though, it's a toss-up between PlayStation 2 and the OG Xbox.
Valid. That's actually valid. Me, it's kind of a tie between PS2 and the Xbox 360.
Hey, that's valid. I had a 360 till I was like, what, maybe 14? Yeah.
Yeah, the 360, man. The 360 was just, I don't know, just so many memories on that
I
thing,
know it's
man.
not your thing. I know it's not your thing, but I played Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on that console, and I thought
I also did.
Those graphics were goated on the 360. I used to be a master at zombies.
Yeah. Oh wow, David Lillard got the MVP. Nice.
Yeah, but PlayStation 2 had good graphics on some things. On GTA San Andreas had really good graphics on PlayStation 2.
It was bad for us. I had some really good graphics.
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat. I would say that would go to more PlayStation more than Xbox, and that's all due respect to the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then Tekken's more for Xbox.
No way they're booing him. No way.
Tekken's like 50-50 of a PlayStation / Xbox game because they both are good on both consoles.
Yeah, I also don't get me started on fucking Dragon Ball Z. I don't know how to say it, but the Dragon Ball game.
What? You don't like Dragon Ball Z?
No, I like the game. I just don't know how to pronounce it. It's Dragon Ball. It starts with a K.
Dragon Ball Z Kai?
No, the game that was on PlayStation 2.
Oh, that game. Yeah. I remember that. Was it with an X or something? Was it with an X or something?
Yeah, like a K. It started with a K.
I know which one you're talking about. I had the exact same game too. Bro, I went Super Saiyan 2 and I would beat my cousins with Vegeta. I went Super Saiyan 2 and they would just get mad and I would just beat them.
Yeah, I bet they were.
Hey, Vegeta was him. I was him. I'm still goated in some games. It's like I never lost a step in any of the games that I played. So.
Yeah. Let's see. What is an overrated game / movie?
Overrated game. I don't know. Because a lot of games I played were good. A movie though, a movie that I thought was overrated. I say maybe Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
I haven't seen either one of those, so that's valid.
You're doing yourself a good favor, sir, because why would you why would you just sit there?
Now I
Um,
have read the books of Harry Potter. I've read the books, but I've never seen the
yeah,
movie.
Lord of the Rings is like 3 hours and then 3 hours and a half minutes.
Yeah. An overrated game to me, I would say, just I don't know why. It might just be me, but Call of Duty.
What? Wait. Are we talking about the current stuff that they make?
I would say no, just Call of Duty as a whole.
What? What about Black Ops 2? Leave that out of the equation because that was a good game.
Yeah, it was a
Leave
good
that.
game, but like besides that, most of their games are not great.
Call of Duty was is
I
my
don't
go.
like most of the games are not great.
They used to be
Also, like I don't get what the like thrill is of like first person shooters anyway. I don't know. It's just
You're
not
not a
for me.
shooter game. You're not a shooter game guy, huh?
Nah, not really.
So I wouldn't expect you to play Halo on the Xbox,
Funny enough, I've actually played Halo.
and you're
When I
not a
got
fan.
my Xbox One, I think it was Halo 2 or 3. It was a Halo game on
Halo
there.
3 is goaded, so that's valid.
Yeah, I played Halo 3. It was I was surprisingly good at it, but I
It's
didn't really
Halo
play
3.
it.
You can always be good at it though.
Yeah, Halo was.
Overrated movie. I don't like you said, overrated movie. I would still stick by Harry Potter. I just don't. I just can't get behind it, man. Like, but a game though, I can't give you that because I don't think I don't. Half of the stuff I played were pretty good for me in my perspective.
Yeah. Well, to me, an overrated movie would have to be. Let's see. Um, I'd say Star Wars. Honestly,
Ah, you're
I
breaking.
haven't.
You're hurting me, dog. Like you're hurting
Well,
me, man.
well, to be fair, I haven't seen Star Wars, but from what I can like tell, most of the movies aren't really
Is
good.
it the fans? Is it the fans?
Mostly, mostly.
Okay, okay. I'm one of those
They
fans.
do. They overrate that movie to hell.
I'm a Star Wars fans. I'm not one of those that's gonna dox your house because that's what Star Wars fans will do.
Yes, yes, they will. I've seen it happen. Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a Star Wars fan. I respect it, but at the same time, it hurts my heart when someone disrespects the franchise.
Hey, but
Honestly, another one that I
also I
found is
just have never seen
I'm
fucking
gonna
Star Wars movie anyway. So
and I
now Star
like it
Wars the
though.
show, the shows
Mm,
like
shows
Star
are
Wars
fine.
Rebels, Star Wars the Clone Wars, those are fire.
Yeah, did you watch the ones on Disney Plus though? Like Mandalorian, that shit is fire.
See, I wanted. I don't see. I started to, but the thing is, I don't know anything about Star Wars outside of fucking Darth Vader and Princess
Luke
Leia and Luke
Skywalker.
Skywalker. Yeah,
You don't know
and
anything about
and obviously
Anakin
Chewbacca.
or
Like I know the characters. Like I know Chewbacca, R two
R2D2,
D two, whatever that fucking
C3PO.
gold thing is.
C3PO. Oh my! You
Yeah,
did
C
not
three
just
PO.
slander C3PO. Come on, man,
No, the only
bro.
reason I even know so much of I
The
know a little Star Wars.
disrespect. He's like the dude in metal. I'm like, he did not just disrespect C3PO, dog. Like,
I
no.
don't really watch.
That's like
I forgot.
disrespecting Krillin in Dragon Ball Z. That's like disrespecting Krillin in Dragon Ball Z.
We don't. Well, we don't disrespect Krillin.
If you don't disrespect, it's like right up there with C3PO. If you don't know who he is, I'm like, that's just right up there with disrespecting Krillin, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm glad that you don't tolerate Krillin slandered because he is goaded.
Krillin is goaded.
Yeah.
He puts on for the little people. Krillin is goaded. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. There was another reason that I realized it was time to shut up, Rachel. Yeah. I'm watching Friends.
Hey, he said, shut.
Shit. Let's see what we got here. Do. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Scarface, hands down, hands down. That's my favorite movie of all time. If
Really,
you see
because he's
my
Italian?
what?
Is it because he's Italian?
He's Cuban. He's Cuban, but he is Italian, but he's playing a Cuban guy. Perfect role still. But
Oh,
the it's a cinematic masterpiece. I I don't know how to describe it, but it's just everything is so quotable. Like if you see my Instagram story sometimes, Tay, I do sometimes put on Scarface quotes or
yes,
um,
I see them. Yes,
yeah.
Scarface is a great movie. Also, what do you call it? The Good Brothers, some shit.
There
Not
you
the Good Brothers,
go.
the Good Fellas.
The Goodfellas. I mean, hey, as I say, the Blues Brothers is valid though. I'll give you that, but Goodfellas is valid. My other favorite one too. You need to watch this one because it's really good storytelling. It's Bronx Tale. It's goated. It's with De Niro. It's a valid movie. Anything with Robert De Niro, you're gonna have a good movie. I'm just telling you that right now.
My favorite movie of all time will for always and ever, forever be what you call it? Home Alone. I love that movie.
Okay, I respect that. I love that. It's just everything you want in the movie too. Like you want violence, you want comedy, you want drama. Bro, how do you leave your 8-year-old by himself, knowing that he's upstairs, bro? Like that. Like I never understood that. Like, and also, no. Let's be clear. Your brother ate an entire cheese pizza just to take you off, bro. This family don't care about you. Tay, please. Like, how does that make sense to me, dog? That
I don't know. It's just Home Alone. It's just one of I don't know. It's just one of I can watch that movie and just never get tired of it.
and then the Christmas and then, like you don't care Christmas movie music is playing in the background.
I will watch. It could be the middle of July and I'm watching that shit. It's February and I watched it the other day.
Yeah, and just like with SpongeBob, you'll watch it forever.
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, minus Scarface, Goodfellas, or Bronx Tale. Those are my go-tos.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
other thing Scarface is just it. It has everything that you need in a film. You want drama, you want violence, you want profanity sometimes, even though it's not meant for kids. You want a love story. It has everything you need in it. It has can't say it because I don't want to get you banned. It has how can I say this? It has substance in it. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to say it without getting banned. Without get you banned. I was like substance. That's what it's called.
That good stuff. The sugar.
The booger sugar. It has booger sugar. It has and the ending itself. I may be pissed at the ending, but still, mwah. Death's kiss, man. Like I said, it's Scarface. I'm like telling you, Tay, you might be bored of the film. Maybe it's because you need to get more into it. That's the other thing about it.
I don't know. It's just Scarface. I've seen the movie a couple times. I don't hate it. I think it's
Is
okay.
it just too long? Is it just too long?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's just I can watch that any of the day. I can watch it in the middle. I can watch it in the afternoon. Right? My mom will walk in. She goes, "What's your obsession with this movie?" I said, "It's just that good to me." And I was like, and I said, "Unlike you just watch anything really." I'm
Yeah,
surprised I
that's the
didn't die.
same way.
I'm surprised I didn't die when I said that to my mom.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic of movies, let's see. Hold on. What is your favorite horror movie?
Horror movie? Halloween.
Yes.
Hands down. Hands down. That's my favorite horror film of
Which
all
one
time.
though?
The OG. Come on, the OG. You can't be serious. I love all of them except for the third one because it has no Michael in it, and it kind of makes me mad. Um, the only one I reject from the franchise is the H2O. Is no, not the H2O, the Insurrection. Because even though the scene of Buster Rhymes, I will defend. Cool, you beat up Michael. That's more of a let's mess around with Michael Myers. I want to see what it's like to be harmed by that guy.
Yeah.
That's basically what that movie's
I'm
about.
a, I'm a, I mean, I'm gonna say a hot take about Halloween. I think that franchise is severely overrated.
I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're
Like there
coming
are
from.
13 of those movies, and only like 4 of them are good.
I'm sorry,
That,
but hot take. I hate to say it. The Rob Zombie ones are not as bad as people say. It's
yes,
really
they are.
good. No, they're not.
The first, now I'll give you this. The first one is not as bad as people say. The first one isn't. It's still
That's kind of
bad,
what
but
I'm
it's not.
defending right now. I take away the second one. I'm kind of defending the first one right now
Now the
because the
first one
first one,
is bad, but it's not as bad. The second one
yeah,
is atrocious. That shit is atrocious. That shit should never be
I
talked
think it's
about.
because the OG director that directed the first one was like you're kind of throwing away the story of what's behind that.
Yes, they
And
did. Like they did everything. They did. They had this man like starting off getting bullied in school.
I mean that's
Uh,
accurate. That's an accurate backstory of Michael though. That's an accurate backstory.
true. Like I don't know. It's just quite. They gave us a whole backstory of why Michael the way
He
he is,
became
which I kind of it kind of ruins the aura of
like
Michael
you didn't
because
want to know why he became Michael. You just wanted like okay, he's this killer
that was
that
the
just
best part
killed.
about Michael. We don't know why he's doing what he's doing. He's doing it just
And
because.
same thing with Friday the 13th. We don't know why we know why Jason is.
Actually, we know why Jason's doing
Yeah,
it. He
exactly.
was
So that's
they
an accurate story. That's an
they
accurate story.
drowned him in a lake, so
Yeah,
he
and he
has a
wants his
reason.
revenge.
Yeah, he has a reason. Then.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Elm Street. That man's just a predator. That should be clear. That man's just a predator. Now he just wants to torture little children, or AKA minors. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. And also, I'm gonna tell you this: people that are horror fans, Child's Play is not a horror film. It's more of a comedy more than horror. I'm just gonna say it right
I
there.
mean, it's still a horror film, though.
It's horror, but I'm sorry, but I laugh at some of the scenes
Well,
because I think it's just
I mean,
it's
shit.
more funny.
Well, Chucky is. He's like one of those comedy horror villains. Like he can
Like
be scary when he wants to, but he can also be funny as hell.
like freaking Gremlin. Like that's supposed to be a horror film.
No, well, they're not supposed. I don't think they're supposed to be scary though.
It's supposed to, but it's not.
They're too damn cute to be scary.
Yeah, yeah. But another thing, but like I said, Holland's the go-to. What about you? What do you like as a horror?
Uh, Scream.
Okay, I like that. I respect it. I respect that. Hey, let's be clear. Were you mad when they fired, her because of
Yes, because it
controversy?
was so 'cause they basically fired her because she is against genocide.
Yeah,
So you fire someone because she doesn't want she doesn't approve of genocide. So that says more about the company than it does her. They try to make her look like the bad guy,
and it's
when in
not.
reality, it makes you look like the bad guy because you're supporting genocide.
Yeah, and also
Like,
Jenna left too. So two of your stars walked out
but
on you.
she left because she had to go film Wednesday, which by the way I still haven't seen that show. But
She had to go do different stuff. That's why she left, I think. But also behind it, I think it's because they fired her.
I mean shit, I don't blame her. Shit. I think this is
Yeah,
it because they supposed to be making another Scream movie. Honestly, they should just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. End it at 6. End it on a good note because the Scream movies aren't terrible. Like the only one that's like not really good is Scream 4. Everything else is valid.
Airport was all right. It was okay. Is it because
Right.
what's his face who's in it? Anthony Anderson's in it.
Now, that's another thing. What during that time, during the early like 2010s, they just kept putting celebrities in horror movies for whatever the hell reason. Like, why was Trey Songz in what was that? Texas
Yeah, Texas
Texas
Chainsaw
Chainsaw.
Massacre. Yeah, I
Yes, why
wanted
was
to know.
Trey Songz in there? Then he died. Like,
And also, well, no. Here's my other thing. Why does the black guy have to die first? Like, what? Why is that? Why do they have to? Why
I
do
don't
they
know
get a
that.
horse?
I don't know, man. It's a trope they doing on.
It makes no sense. Also, the Hispanic guy dies too. It's the second person that dies first too. It's the second one that also dies first. Like, why does the Hispanic guy have to die first? Why does the black guy have to die first? Like, what's going on here? Do you want the white guy or white girl to be the survivor? Why can't we have our Why can't we have our moment?
I don't know.
Hey, and another thing is, when it comes to Scream, the third one, it's not as bad as people think it is either. That's another one that people think Scream 3 was bad. It wasn't
No,
bad. It was
32 was valid.
Yeah, Scream 3 was good. And the killer made more sense of the whole story of the Sydney story. It made a whole lot of sense.
So I think Scream is the only franchise where none of the movies are just borderline off.
Yeah, Scream 3 though, like I said, Scream 3, the whole story made a lot of sense behind Scream 2, the first one. Well, the first one out of the third movie made a whole lot of sense of who really killed her mother. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, it's like Scream is that's why I think Scream is the greatest horror franchise. Because none of their movies are like god awful. There are some that are like they're like mid at best, but
Is
they're never
there is there a
awful.
horror film? Is there a horror film that made you jump out of your seat because you were terrified?
Yes, the Exorcist.
The
That
Exorcist?
movie, I will never watch that movie again. I watched that shit one time.
Did you say
I
The
will
Exorcist?
never watch it again. Yes, The Exorcist.
Really? You said you would never watch that movie
I
again
watched
because
it once and I will never watch it again. That
did you
movie
have a nightmare?
terrified. That movie terrified me.
I watched it once, but then my mother did not want me to watch because of religious beliefs.
That's
I watched
valid,
it.
actually.
I watched it out of at my dad's house because he doesn't care what I watch. Honestly, I watched it and I was just like, I wasn't scared. It's more of like I'm trying to study what's going on here. That's what it is, basically.
I don't know. It's just something about that movie just scares the shit out of me. I don't know why.
Is it?
That's why
Is
when I
it?
was a kid, I hated watching horror movies. Now, as I got older, horror movies don't really scare me anymore. Like, it's not a horror
They
movie.
don't. They don't because you know when the jump scare is coming, right? When you're old.
Yeah.
Now that
Like,
you're older.
now, there isn't any horror movies that scare me anymore. But there are movies that creep me the fuck out. Like, for example, have you ever heard of Terrifier?
Yeah, I watched the second one. It's better than the first
Oh
one.
my Jesus Christ, that movie is disgusting.
The second one I watched, there was when he was to the guy that owned the shop, and he was already dead. I was like, okay, is that really necessary? He's already dead.
Dog,
Like,
this man off the clown. Bro, that movie is disgusting. I legit want to throw up watching that. That movie is.
People said that they passed out or threw up in the theater. I
I'm
watched
like,
it.
well, yeah, he can't be that serious. You know, I watch the shit. I'm like, okay, I see why people threw up because this is
Well, not
disgusting.
what's her name? Hope Division thought it was good. She thought it was a really good horror film. Shout out to Hope Division, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Eliza. She's dope. Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's a Art the Clown fan. She likes Terrifier. She said it was really good because she's a horror fan. And to me, I thought it was good, but was some of the killing necessary after they were
The
already
good thing
dead?
was the Terrifier movie. I don't think they're necessarily good. They're not bad. I don't think they're necessarily good.
Is it the gore? And is it
Yeah,
the
they're just
gory?
very fucking gory. It's just very, very gory.
And they're making a third one, but I don't know when that one's coming. That's the
I
other
think
thing
it's coming
about it.
out this year, actually.
I might
Yeah, I
watch
saw
it
the trailer. It's revolving around
just to
Christmas.
see if like if he's really gonna do it again, where he's just gonna just kill them when they're already dead. I'm like, is it necessary though? They're already dead. That's the other thing about it. They're already gone.
This man was a clown. He's a terrifying dude, bro.
Well, he's called the Terrifier for a reason, and he not though.
Yeah, that man is just, oh my god.
Hey, and it also made me look twice. It made me the movie also made me think twice of turning around and looking in front of me too. Like it makes me like watch my back, look front, look sideways, look the
I mean, you're
other
supposed
way.
to do that anyway.
I know. I'm still doing. I still do that. That's what.
I do that every fucking day here.
Watch your back. Look behind you. Look beside you. Like everywhere.
You never know. Let's get off the whole shit. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas movie. The Grinch. The one with Jim Carrey. That one's my favorite. That one I like. That one's good. And also Die Hard. Die Hard's really people at my job thinks that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, but it is. What do you think?
It definitely is a Christmas. Yes, it is.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to explain. But one of them says he goes Christmas and he goes Die Hard is all about murder, mayhem, and terror. And he says like Christmas is all like love, joy, blah 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 blah. I'm like, it happens in a movie. It happens. Die Hard is thank you. It is because it happens on Christmas. It happens.
If the movie revolves around Christmas and it takes place during Christmas, it's a fucking Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie. Just like the Four Brothers on Thanksgiving. That's a Thanksgiving movie.
Maybe the plot itself isn't about, Christmas shit, but it revolves around Christmas. It takes place during Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
It is. Like you said, it's Die Hard or it's The Grinch with Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah, my favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone.
Yeah, I like that, and that is a Christmas movie. And the people that don't, check yourself into a hospital. You need to get that checked out. Some people when I was like a little kid, they said that's not a Christmas movie. I was like, well, he's singing a Christmas song in one of the scenes. It's happening on Christmas? Is it not? Like, I was like a little kid defending Home Alone.
Yeah, it's insanity, man. It's insanity. Yeah. What is your favorite video game franchise? Like, you have all the games within said franchise.
Honestly, I'm just gonna say the wrestling games, just for childhood. Like SVR, like that Raw versus SmackDown. All of the games are just my inner childhood. Like all of them. Especially 07. Because I always kept saying, I want 07. I want 07. But then they keep saying, oh, you got the newest ones. What do you mean? I'm like, yeah, but the graphics back then were so good and I want to play it more.
Yeah. Those were the good old days. Those were some fun.
Bro, I had a lot of friends that were wrestling fans when I was younger, and they would play SVR 07. They didn't care. The 08 came out. The 09 came out. 07 was the game.
Fun fact, SVR 07 is what turned me into a wrestling fan. So.
You said what?
SVR 07 is what turned me into a wrestling fan because I wasn't watching wrestling at the time.
That is the truth. Whole roster was stacked. Let's be clear about that. The whole roster around near the 2000s of the Ruthless era, that was a stacked roster. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
There was no TNA until I was like 6. Until I was like 6 years old. There was no TNA until I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah. It's crazy. But my favorite video game franchise it's Uncharted actually.
Uncharted is goated. I love those. Those are good.
Yeah, all 4 of those games are good. It's the only franchise where all the games are good.
I like
usually in some franchises you got the game that's good, the game that sucks, and then they
Is
have
it the
another game
third
that's
one
good.
like the best one out of the whole franchise?
In my opinion, I say the fourth one is. I think the last one, the fourth one is. In my
So
opinion.
so wait, how do you rank it?
If I had to rank them, I'd say 4, 3, 1, and 2.
Okay, I'm assuming 2 is not the best out of the franchise.
It was. It was
Decent.
good. It was no, it was a good game. It just wasn't the out of all of them. It just wasn't the best out of all.
I feel like
In
when
my
they make
opinion.
the second game out of a franchise, it doesn't. Some of them are not meant to be in the franchise.
Yeah, more like filler, you know.
Yeah, unless you're Spider-Man 2, that's better. That's better than
That game was
the original.
good.
I beat it twice. Let's be clear. I beat the game twice. I
I
actually
also
beat
beat
it
it.
on Ultimate, the hard mode, and bro, it took me like maybe 3 or 4 hours to beat Venom.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 was just.
That
It's
should have been
just.
Game of the Year. That got robbed, Doug. Let's be clear. That
Oh,
should
for
have been Game of
sure.
the Year. And also the actor that
For
played Peter Parker, the performance, even the person that won Game of the Year said no. The person that played Peter Parker deserved this award. Like he even admit that Spider-Man 2 should have won.
the fact that shit got nominated for 8 awards and won none of them
They
is
did the same thing to
insane.
the OG one though. They did the same thing to the classic one though. And it was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah. It
But
is
remember,
what it
award
is.
shows are rigged. Remember, the award shows are rigged now.
Oh, for
Remember
sure. Yes, we know that. We know these things.
Did you not see what happened to Travis Scott? Bro had album of the year, and he didn't get it. He didn't get it again.
Well, look, well, we all know the war shows are rigged, so that's nothing
Yeah.
new.
So wait, so Kanye was right about Beyonce winning the best video of all time. Then I'm just kidding.
See, look. That was just, I don't know.
I was 9 when that happened, and I was like confused. I was like, was that
I was
supposed to happen?
like 7 when that shit happened.
I was like, was that supposed to happen?
No, because Kanye West doing Kanye West things.
And he was with Jay-Z and all that, and they're like, they were telling him like, don't go up there, even though he was loyal to the couple before they had a falling out. They were telling him like, don't go up there.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this will wrap up the episode for today of the Memory Lane podcast. A relatively shorter episode than usual because it's just the two of us here. So yeah, but
Yeah.
hope you all enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the channel so you can see more of these episodes. Make sure you go follow Saul on all his
Yeah.
socials. Go tell him how much Cody Rhodes is king. Oh, you heard me.
Acknowledge
And
the
yeah,
tribal chief and acknowledge the high chief, Dwayne. My fan
wait,
was
no,
on Friday. My
no,
fan was on Friday.
yeah, whatever. But anyway, yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for taking this trip down memory lane with me, and I will see you people next time. Yeet.
No yeet.
Oh.